Hey, welcome everyone to the Daddy Sharps featured bets for college and NFL. And these are the bets that we also love in addition to our best bets that we share on our podcast. But now, John, we're on video. Why is that?
We're on video for the first time, and the people at home are seeing us in our labs. This is where all the magic happens. This is where all the data is studied under the microscope. The algorithms are drawn up on the chalkboard. We're ready to go. We're ready to give you guys some winners. And you're only going to find these featured bets right here exclusively on daddysharps.com. And since there's no NFL this week, Mr. Luke, I think it's time to dive right in to our college featured bets, my man.
Let's do it. Kick us off, brother.
Woo. All right, so I'm going to a team I didn't bet a lot for last year, and I'm going to this time. Stanford -3.5 at Hawaii, over-unders 59.5. My best bet here, Hawaii +3.5. New coach, new quarterback, only 5 returning starters for Stanford, and Hawaii already has a game under their belt this year. I like the Rainbow Warriors, and if you guys saw them against Vandy last week, this quarterback can sling it. Also, Louisiana Tech at SMU -20.5 in favor of SMU. The over/under 66.5. My favorite bet here. It's a high over, and I'm going to take it over 66.5. SMU has a great offense, very suspect defense. Louisiana Tech has a strong QB transfer from Boise State and an offensive-minded head coach. This game, Mr. Luke, ripe for an over.
The high number. It's a scary number, but yeah, I think you're right, man. I think we're going to see some shootouts this week as well. All right, yes. I'm going to kick us off with a couple that I really like, and I'm going to add some information that, just general information that's going to help all of us this week, because this is fantastic. I couldn't believe I read this today. First game, East Carolina at Michigan. Michigan favored by a whopping 36 in this one. The over/under 51.5. No Jim Harbaugh. He's not going to be there. Won't matter. Michigan's going to win this. But here's the tidbit I want to give you. A quick stat to keep in mind for non-conference home favorites. Non-conference games, home favorites. When it's their first game of the season, those teams, John, are 28-10-2 against the spread. Even when it's -36, man. That stat right now is on an 8-0 run. So I know you have Alabama and Texas A&M fitting that bill like later on down the road here. Yep. So we'll be talking about that, but I've got one right here, Michigan, -36. Look, last season, check this out. Michigan outscored their 3 non-conference opponents 166-17.
Woo. Wow. That ain't bad. One of them was Colorado State, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your alma mater. Sorry, Rams. But they're revamped. They're revamped this year. Michigan is going to be a powerhouse again this season. ECU, East Carolina's got a new look offense and a new quarterback. That's not good. I love Michigan here to cover that -36. Call me crazy. They're going to do it. Next game, South Alabama at Tulane. Tulane favored by 6.5. I think it went up to 7.5. And it's been fluctuating back and forth. The over/under in this one, 52.5. You know I love Tulane, the green wave of cash, my man.
Yes.
They're the AAC champion. For South Alabama, though, their leading rusher, their leading receiver, and their quarterback, they're all coming back this year. They're hot, man. And Carter Bradley, the quarterback, threw for more than 3,300 yards, 28 touchdowns, and he completed like 65% of his passes last year. It's going to surprise you. Give me South Alabama plus 6.5. I know. Give me Alabama. I think it's a close game. I like him at 7 or more for obvious reasons, but I think it's just too close, man. I like that 6.5.
If there's anybody I trust on the green wave of cash, it is you. And for the people that were listening last year, a little reminder, this guy was on it from week 1 and rode it. One of the most surprising teams last year. I think you cashed almost every bet that Tulane was involved in. So that was nice research on your part. And he continues with them. I'm going to go to Bowling Green at Liberty. Liberty's favored here by 8.5, 51.5 point over. Guess what my bet is, sir?
What is that?
I got a big no bet. New players, new coaches, new quarterbacks. I'm off this game until I see how they perform, or as you say, how do the numbers percolate. Middle Tennessee at Alabama. Here we go. We got Bama in here. We were talking about it earlier. Alabama favored 39.5. 51.5's the over. My bet here, I got another big fat no bet. Obvious
Go for
mismatch.
it. Come on.
Obvious mismatch, and I'm not going to bite. I'm off this game. There's some key numbers here, and I ain't going to play it. Boise State at Washington, minus 14.5. The over-under here is 58.5. My best bet. Are you ready, Mr. Luke? Are you ready? This is your school, your backyard. High scoring Washington. I like the under 58.5. I would like the under even better at 59.5. I can see that you can still get it some books right now at 59. I love those numbers, but I am looking for Boise State to control the clock using those new rules and run the game, run the clock down and keep Washington's high-powered offense off the field. I like the under 58.5. I like the under 59 better. And if you get under 59.5, you just got a gift.
Keep riding that. Just keep riding it. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. I think they're going to be pretty good this year as well.
Boise State's got a leash.
I'm with you though on Alabama, man. 39.5 is just too. I understand what the stats say, but it's just that one's a little too far for me. I can't.
39.5. That's a big number,
man. Maybe maybe Alabama first half is the way to go because they got other big games coming up, and they'll take out their starters in the second half. True, I like that one too. Yes. All right, how about this one, man? Coastal Carolina against UCLA. They're at LA for this one. Minus 15 for UCLA. They're the favorite. The over-under is 65.5. Both defenses, I think you can make a case for not being so great. Last season, though, on the offensive side, UCLA put up 30 or more points in every game except one. That's pretty good. Coastal's QB, Grayson McCall, he's back this season. He's explosive. 66 is one of those key numbers. I'm going to watch that hook. 65.5 right now. If it drops back down to 65, I'm sorry, 65 is the key number. I said 66. 65 is the key number. If it gets to 65 again, I'm definitely going to take the over on that. That hook, you get up there and it's just too close for comfort. All right, moving on. Yep. Moving on to one of your favorite teams that you love me mentioning anyway, the Akron Zips. Go Zips. Yes. The Zips are playing at Temple. They're at Lincoln Financial for this one in Philadelphia. Temple favored by 10.5. The over-under is 56.5 in this one. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Zip fans out there, I don't mean to laugh. Akron is 1-9 in their last 10. Temple won just 3 games last year. So why am I even talking about this game? It's only the 4th time since 2021 that Temple's been favored by double digits. That's why I'm talking about it. Give me the road dog Akron and the points plus 10.5 in that one.
He's got the Zips, folks. He's got them. Okay, so of all of our featured bets, we're rattling off a few. I think this one's my favorite, sir. Fresno State at Purdue. Purdue favored minus 3.5. 47.5 is the over-under. My best bet here. Give me the Bulldogs. Fresno State plus 3.5. Yes, Fresno State lost their quarterback in the NFL draft. The guy is playing for the New Orleans Saints now, but this is still a great team with decent QBs and a great defense. Purdue only has 4 starters returning from last year's Big Ten title game team, and I think the number reflects it. The squares are still buying Purdue, thinking that they still have all these great players there. I'm going to go with Fresno State and a new quarterback. Next bet, I'm going with the Wolfpack here, dude. Nevada at USC. USC minus 38.5, over under 67.5. My best bet here, USC minus 38.5. Nevada was gutted 2 years ago, losing players and their coach to rival Colorado State. Thank you. It showed last season with a 2-10 finish. The new coach is defensive, but he doesn't have the players yet to keep up with USC. I'm going to take USC to cover. And you know why? I think they didn't cover last week, and this number is reflecting it a little bit. Might be a little too low for my liking. I think they're going to come back in a very big way against a team not even near their level.
Yeah, San Jose State, right? They had
another Mountain West team.
They got a good quarterback, and they showed that they can put up points even against USC. The USC's defense is not the best, but that ain't going to happen this week against Nevada. They're going to tighten the screws, and it's going to be ugly.
Yep, already got a game under their belt, and this is Nevada's first game of the year.
wondering where you're going with that at first, but yeah, I'm USC all the way.
Yep.
Dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 dun. I play that fight
Yes.
song sometimes in the
That's a
house.
good one.
Oh, they hate it. My wife and my daughter, they hate it. They hate it. Shut
Hey,
that
you
off.
play it. You play when we go on trips sometimes in the car. I know you.
Fires me up, man. It fires me up.
Yes.
You know what else fires me up before I get to my next pick? Your lab. I like your lab.
Let's
I
go.
like the
I like it.
equations. And I think I see right in the back behind your left shoulder there a little bit of
Yes.
an algorithm going for the
Yes.
Rice Texas
Yes.
game. Rice is playing at Texas. Texas. Here we go again. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Home favorite.
Uh-oh.
First game of the
Yep.
season.
Yep.
Favored. Minus 35. The over-under is 59. This is one of those games, my man.
Yeah.
35 points scare me a lot
Yep.
here. Don't usually do it, but here's what I do think is going to happen. I think Rice can score a touchdown or two, especially in the second half in this one, is if Texas starts taking out their starters, because they're going to grow that lead. Maybe really look hard again at the first half here for Texas to blow them out. But I like the over here. I like that over 59. To me, Texas is going to run that score up. And all you need is Rice to score one or two touchdowns, what they're really capable of doing. No brainer to me. Take the over 59 in that one. All right. Another team that you love is playing at home. They're playing at home. North Texas, the Mean Green from North Texas. Riding into Texas. The Bears from California, and they're favorites on the road, minus 7.5. The over-under is 54. The Mean Green offense is going to be off the charts. They're going to be off the charts in the AAC this year. Off the charts, my man.
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
You know where I'm going because you used to follow that team.
Yes. Yes. Just keep talking. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Okay.
I couldn't believe it when I had to remind myself of this. I'm looking at my notes here. Their defense allowed 460 yards and 32 points per game. Per game. Just rely on that offense.
Yep.
Cal's too good, man. Cal wins this. They cover it easy. Even at a number like minus 7.5, I think they cover it pretty easily, probably by 2 scores. I like Cal to win that on the road.
Wow. All right. So next, we're going to go to the middle of the country here, sir. Utah State at Iowa. Iowa favored by 25.5. The over-under 45. My best bet here, the lowest over-under of the day that we've hit so far, I'm going to go with the under on it too. Under 45. Utah State. Think of my favorite movie, Mr. Luke. Utah State's kind of like the Rocky of the Mountain West. This is a very scrappy team, and Iowa's play style is very, very slow. I was able to secure the under 45 earlier in the week, and the secret's out, folks. The number is on the move. At last check, the total was 43, but you still might get some late money that drives that over back up. If you can get it back to 45, that's the under that I like. Texas Tech minus 14 at Wyoming. The Cowboys, Josh Allen's alma mater. The over-under 50.5. My best bet here, I'm going to go with the over 50.5. We got a strong Texas Tech offense in this one versus a strong Wyoming defense. Texas Tech is going to get their points in this matchup. The bet is really, can Wyoming score 17 points or more? That's what I'm looking for. If Wyoming can score 17, I think we're going to hit the over. I say yes, and that makes the over my best featured bet. Uh-oh.
Did you just say that? I love that.
I did. I said it.
You said it with conviction is what
I did.
Let's go. That Iowa game, that's one of those games too. I'm with you on that one. And I love that. But the new clock rules, it favors a team like Iowa. They're just going to rip through that clock, less possessions. They can get 3 less possessions or 4 out of Utah State. Easy.
That's going to be a very short game. That's a team that likes to throw short, run. Utah State's not really an air it out team. I like it.
Yeah, more time to get to the keggers afterwards at the All right, we're moving on.
That's right.
I've got Army. Army is a favorite by 10.
He loves his military schools, folks. He loves them,
man. I do. They're playing at Louisiana Monroe. The over-under in this one is 46.5. The Warhawks. Love the name. Warhawks. They've got a new QB who threw a total of 58 yards last year. I'm pretty sure that's the stat.
That's 58 more than I have.
Yeah, me too. Me too. God bless him. Didn't play a lot. Obviously,
No,
didn't play a
no.
lot. I think Army's going to cover this one on the road. They're 7-3 against the spread in road games in their last 10. I really like, though, the over in this one. They've got this at 46.5. Last year, Army was a 6.5-point favorite against Louisiana Monroe. The over-under was 55.5, and they won that game 48-24. So that went way over. I'm on that over again this year. Next game, Old Dominion against Virginia Tech, playing down in Blacksburg, Virginia, the home field for Tech. If you didn't know that, Lane Stadium. Tech favored by 16 in this one. The over-under is 47.5. ODU lost a lot of players to the portal, a ton.
Yikes.
But they seem to have Tech's number in recent years. The last 2 out of 3 they've won. And they like to control the clock too. And that's exactly what they'll try to do here, especially with those new rules. I'm going for it here. And this is what also convinced me. The line opened up at 13. It's now at 16. So obviously a lot of money pouring in on Tech. I like ODU in the points on the road. And that's what I'm taking. The dog.
Let's go. A little Sunbelt love right there. Very nice.
Thank you.
There seems to be a lot of Texas on our slate here, so let's continue to stay in the big state there. New Mexico at Texas A&M. Texas A&M favored minus 38.5. The over-under is 49. My best bet under 49 right here. New Mexico had the worst offense in college football last year. They got a new QB and a new coach, but I don't see it turning around in week 1 against an SEC team. The Lobos won't break 10 points in this game, and that's why the under's going to cash. Got to remember, folks, both teams got to score to hit the over. I don't think New Mexico's going to be able to do that. Oregon State minus 16.5 at San Jose State, 54.5. My bet here, I like the under 54.5. Oregon State, San Jose State, both teams that defend, that rely on their defense to win games. I like the under the cash in this game. I see San Jose State possibly scoring 1 touchdown against a very tough Beaver defense, sir. Beaver defense.
That's right. That they're known for that, by the way, Beavers and the such. And I'm just looking at my notes down here, and you're dead right, man. I like Oregon State to the under as well. I mean, that's fantastic.
Nice.
And I'm loving the labs. And quite frankly, they're up there because we don't have fancy bookshelves yet. We're getting to that. This is our first deal here on video.
We got to win some bets. Get them bookshelves in.
Yes, let's go.
No more bottle service.
You're gonna win some bets too. But for this week, that's going to do it for the Daddy Sharps featured bets this week. Remember, folks, always gamble responsibly and within your means, and the bets that we share are based on our own research. We don't always win these bets.
And be sure to check us out on social media. Look for the Daddy Sharps on Instagram and Twitter, and check out more on our website, which is where you found us right here, daddysharps.com. We're going to be back next week with much more.
First, John, we always ask this, who's your daddy?
We are.
That's right. Stay sharp, everyone. We'll see you.